Brandon Grimmett first out to the cage in our first of 5 pro bouts here tonight at Apex Fights 6. Bout 16 brought to you by Spastic Signs. This is a flyweight bout at 125, 3 5-minute rounds in all 5 of our pro bouts here at Apex Fights 6. Brandon Bulldog Grimmett, 0-1 fighting out of Dogtown.
Mark Laws to
MMA.
cage side. Mark Laws to cage side.
Out of Trinity, North Carolina. Grimmett, 5 feet tall, weighing in at 126. Grimmett, one pro fight. It was a loss to Tyler Hunley at Valor Fights 18 back in January. He lost in the first round via submission with 30 seconds left to go in that first round. Prior to that, Grimmett had a long amateur career. Lost his last 4 of his last 6 amateur bouts. His win came against Robbie Golden, and that was via guillotine choke. But a very active and long amateur record for Grimmett before turning pro, losing his first pro bout, and now has his second one against Beau Oliver. Brandon Bulldog Grimmett, 0-1 out of Dogtown MMA in Trinity, North Carolina. What do you know about that team out of Trinity, North Carolina?
I know a lot about him, man. I was actually there when he had his debut because he fought one of my guys, Alex Bull, back in the day. He, very tough and gritty kid, man. He's always down to scrap with anybody.
All right, to introduce his opponent, back to the cage of Cody Gwynn.
Now please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, Beau Oliver.
So his debut came back in 2011. And that was his first amateur bout. He was one fight into his pro career, and his opponent is Beau Oliver. Oliver weighed in at 126 pounds. He fights out of D-Evil in Elizabethton, Tennessee. I wonder who might know a little bit about Beau Oliver.
Young man, I've known Beau since the beginning of his career as well. That was way back in 2008 or something. He's, he cross-trains a little bit of everybody, and he's one of my closest fight friends. He's a good friend of mine, and he always trains his butt off, man. Always comes in excellent shape. He's a good grappler. He's always willing to bang with anybody. This fight is like fighting mirror images of each other. It's a very competitive fight.
So
Grimmett's pumped, man.
He is just staring down. Just a look to kill at Beau Oliver, who's getting hugs in final preparation to get into the cage.
I can tell you this much, though. He's not going to intimidate Beau with that. But with that being said, Grimmett's obviously not intimidated himself, so it should be a fun fight for sure.
He's trying, no doubt. Interesting. Tell me about Beau Oliver, because he lost his first pro bout. That was at Evolution Combat Sports Series. Last fight was July 26, 2014. He lost to Graham Prue via rear naked choke in the first round, midway through the first round, and then only had 6 amateur bouts prior to that. But look at the gap between 2011 and 2014 from going amateur to pro. Why is that for Beau Oliver?
The thing of it is, though, Beau is he's one of those guys that, he's constantly training. He's constantly in the gym.
Hang on to that thought. Let's go to the cage for our
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening professional bout is in the flyweight division, brought to you by Spastic Signs. When the action begins, the referee in charge of this bout is Jimmy Neely. Here's the first, fighting out of the red corner tonight. He brings in a professional record, 0 wins with 1 defeat. He weighed in 126 pounds, but he got a Dogtown MMA in Trinity, North Carolina, Brandon the Bulldog Grimmett. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, also holding a pro record of 0 wins with 1 defeat. He weighed in 126 pounds, fighting out of the D-Evil fight team in Elizabethton, Tennessee, by way of Greenville, Tennessee, Beau Oliver!
We're ready to go in our first pro bout. It's a flyweight bout at 125, brought to you by Spastic Signs. It's Brandon Grimmett in the white trunks / tights and / underwear against Beau Oliver in the blue trunks.
man. This is exciting, man. I'm looking forward to this fight.
Boy, the energy, you can tell before these guys ever got into the cage, you saw it. And here we go. Touch gloves, and we're underway.
Grimmett out with a hard kick. Just throw it, man. These guys are quick, man.
That's why you got to love the lower weight classes. They
don't stop.
Grimmett changing. And a slam for Bo Oliver.
Bo needs to get some wrist fighting going on here. He needs to doing what he's doing. He's putting that shoulder pressure in there.
Going for the neck a little bit here.
Yeah, he's going for a guillotine choke, but Bo's an experienced grappler. I think he knows how to defend this and how to get out of this. But it looks like it's pretty deep right now. But yeah, it looks like Bo is working his way and doing what he needs to do to defend it.
Trying to tuck that chin underneath, it looked like. Grimmett's still got a hold of it. Not really active right now. A couple of shots in there, snuck in there by Oliver. First round of this flyweight bout at 125. Grimmett out of Trinity, North Carolina. Bo Oliver out of Elizabethton, Tennessee, out of the D-Evil camp.
Yeah, Bo's a tenacious little Wolverine type guy, man. Like he's always on. He's always going. Man. You can't stop this kid. Grimmett's the same way. Grimmett's one of those guys you see him in the back in the locker room. He warms up from the time he changes clothes until fight time. So these kids, they're out to prove a point tonight. They have respect for each other, but I don't think they like each other too much.
Grimmett's he just let it go, but he had a hold of that neck for a long time. Does that wear you out?
It does, man. I mean, honestly, the guy defending it, as long as he's defending it properly, which it looked like Bo was, I think Grimmett wasted more energy than Bo did there.
Bo still on top in the blue trunks. Grimmett on the bottom in the white.
If Bo needs to posture up here and maybe rain down a few strikes and kind of separate himself from grabbing his arms and pulling his head down for head control. I'm not sure how much jiu-jitsu Grimmett's done over the past couple of years, but it looks like it's a little better than what it used to be. At least he's moving his hips and he's attacking a few things, but I definitely still think Bo's got the submission aspect of it.
Shots to the body by Bo. Now a couple of left elbows. As Grimmett is closing in on the cage.
The difference in this fight compared to the other fights we've seen right now is you can throw elbows to the head. And that can cause a lot of damage in this circuit in the pros, man. Anytime you get hit with an overtop with an elbow or something, cut you over the eye, you can stop it quick.
Grimmett's corner wants him to get out of there and get back to the stand-up.
Bo's a bulldog, man. He's in the scramble. Bo's hard to beat. It's hard to out-scramble because he's so quick and so fast.
Started out with the energy and the stand-up, and now the crowd's gotten a little quiet, hoping for some more visual action, but they are working here on the ground, on the mat. And there's another elbow by Bo. Grimmett trying to work that hand control. Bo sneaking in shots. They're doing enough here. I don't know that Jimmy Neely can necessarily get them to their feet. Now trying to stand up, posture up as Oliver, advance his position. And now shots from the bottom by Grimmett, and there's another elbow by Oliver. And wow, Jimmy Neely breaks him up, stand him up.
Grimmett doesn't really look tired. That's a nice overhand right by Bo. Back to the clinch, straight for the takedown, and there's that guillotine attempt again. But Bo can get over to the side right now. I definitely think that there's no possibility for a submission.
I think we're down to the final portion of this first round. 3 5-minute rounds. Our first of 5 pro bouts. Bo Oliver.
Oh, nice sweep by Grimmett.
Yep. Got out of there just like his corner asked. A nice knee snuck in there by Oliver, and they're back to the stand-up position.
He just dove in there. He didn't set that takedown up, which is why he's getting caught in that guillotine, which Grimmett right here wants to lift him up a little bit and turn his hips and turn his body away from the cage. But Bo's tenacious, man. He's going to go for that takedown.
Bout tried for the takedown, got it. He has a couple here in this first round as we're in the final seconds, and that's the end of round number 1. Who would you give that round to?
I mean, you definitely got to go with Bout on that one. I mean, you know, he came out and did exactly what he needed to do and took him down 2 or 3 times and controlled the fight. He's controlling the pace of this fight right now. Now, coming out in the second round, we're going to see, you know, how much gas was expended on both ends, you know. I mean, you had Grimmett holding on to that submission attempt for probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then you got Bo Oliver defending it and then staying active on top. So, I mean, both those guys expended a lot of energy and fast pace, so we should see.
Where would you most want Oliver to keep this fight?
You know, Grimmett's dangerous. I mean, he's got that power behind his punches for a little guy, and I think Bo's doing exactly what he needs to do. I think he needs to press him against the cage. He needs to take him down and, you know, grind him out. Bo's a grinder. Bo's known as a grinder. That's how he's made his. That's how he's won all of his fights. He just grinds people out. So.
Yep, and submits him.
Oh yeah, he's no slouch on the submission and things either. You know, he's a very experienced grappler. I mean, as long as I've known Bo, he's 8-9 years. He's legitimately been grappling. So good guys.
Jimmy Neely gets us underway here in round number 2. 3 5-minute rounds. This is the flyweight bout, our first pro bout of the night. 5 on the way here at Apex Fights 5, along with Diablo, Dustin Walden. I am Vince Ferrara. We appreciate you joining us. Great bouts to come, and there is another takedown.
You know, same thing. We're ended up just like we did in the first. You know, Bo's going in for the takedown. He's not really setting his takedowns up like, you know, he would want to be doing, but he's still getting close enough to close the distance, get the takedown, but Grimmett's still attacking those submission attempts, which Bo still has to be weary of.
See Grimmett trying to work his way up.
Yeah, Grimmett definitely wants to keep this fight standing. I mean, if this round goes any more in this direction, it's definitely going to have to be a knockout win for Grimmett if he's got a chance. Nice sweep, though.
Wow.
You know, as soon as I say that, look what happens.
And half guard now. Excuse me, side control as the underhooks there by Bo Oliver.
Bo's sneaky off his back, though. I mean, you'll watch right here. He's going to attack an arm bar. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's got it. You know. Slam. That's fine. You know, if he can stay control.
It worked. They got him out. You said about
absolutely.
20% of the time that works, that slam.
Yep.
And now Grimmett with his best opportunity for some offense on the mat. Minute and a half into round number 2 in this flyweight pro bout here at Apex Fight 6. Grimmett stuck in a shot to the side of Bo Oliver.
What Grimmett's doing right now is kind of working into Bo's guard a little bit. I mean, he's posturing up, he's standing up over top of him, leaving his head down and his hips above his head, which is bad for him right here, especially with a guy like Bo who's sneaky and moves his hips like the way he's doing right now. Setting himself up for a triangle or an armbar.
And what's Grimmett here? Is this an armbar
It's an
attempt?
armbar, yeah. Bo's got the armbar. I don't know how deep it is, but Grimmett really didn't have far to go if he's back against the cage, so.
Grimmett.
Yeah. I would switch off for a triangle right here if I was Bo.
Corner wants Grimmett.
There's the arm bar. It looks like it's extended, but he's stacking. He's doing what he needs to do right here. So it looks like he's turned a little bit in his ground game. Pulls it out, and there you go.
I think he was trying to stand him up, lift him up and slam him. Was Grimmett, but in doing that, he escaped.
You know, Grimmett's experience. He's an experienced fighter. I mean, his record may not dictate how good he is, but he's been in the trenches quite a bit, and he's got that experience behind him where he knows how to stay composed and not give up things that unexperienced fighters will do. So this is a good even matchup here. I love it.
Last bout for Grimmett was January, whereas Bo Oliver, his last was last July. Grimmett a little bit more active than Oliver.
I think Bo's trying to set up that triangle. He needs to get wrist control. He's going to set that up there. Moving his hips like he's going to go for it. Nice over top.
Wow. Grimmett landed that one. Minute 30 left to go in round number 2. Oliver likely won round 1. Trying to go for that arm bar again.
Nice angle out on the hips. The longer this fight goes on, I mean, it's going to be harder for Grimmett to power out of these submission attempts. But, he's doing a good job now. I mean, right now he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's just stacking them up. He's doing exactly the proper defense for an arm bar. So he needs to set that triangle up.
Wow. He got the head down, and you could tell that Grimmett's a strong kid. I mean, yeah.
Especially for this weight class. Very explosive.
Grimmett in the white, Oliver in the blue. As we're in the final minute of round number 2 here at Apex Fight 6, the Dickie Warren Dome. Good flyweight bout so far. Got to do something. The corner wants more offense from Brandon on the top. Down to 15 seconds left to go here in this second round. Bout just trying to hang on here, and referee Jimmy Neely's going to stand him up.
That was a bad time to stand him up. I guess the referee knows how much time's left in the round. So.
That's about 10, if even that. Round number 2 would go to Diablo.
I'm going to say Grimmett got that round, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Bout had a couple of submission attempts, but I think the submission defenses were just as good as the attempts were. But that's just me personally. I mean, you never know if the judges are looking at attempts as more favorable than the defenses. But I'll be honest with you. I feel like if somebody defends somebody's attempt, I feel like that should be worth it. But personal opinion, I'm not the judge, so I can't really rule it.
I don't think you've missed on judging tonight. I think you've been pretty accurate, sir.
I appreciate that, man. I try to feel like I have somewhat of a professional opinion upon it. But
all right, so what's coming up for Diablo?
Well, man, we're working on a fight right now for September. I don't really want to name anybody.
Okay, I don't want to get you in trouble or anything.
No, I mean it's not really getting me in trouble. I just don't want to. I don't want to like set it off and it not happen.
Okay.
But we've got a few things in the works, so hopefully Tim Loy can make it happen, and we'll have a good main event fight in September, man. That's what we're working for.
That'd be awesome. Looking forward to calling it again, as I was able to do for Apex Fights 5.
I wasn't too excited about how that fight ended, but it is what it is.
And we're underway in round number 3, 3 5-minute rounds. And Oliver on the attack first, and Grimmett trying to stave off and keep it on their feet, but to the knees are both fighters, and there's another takedown for Oliver.
Grimmett's trying to get those. I mean, he had a good attempt on that elbow there, but just bad timing. I mean, he had a good idea on what he was doing, but a little too late on it. Now you got Bout on top. What Bout needs to do here is try to get past this butterfly guard. I mean, because you know how explosive Grimmett is. He's going to use that to move Bout around a little bit. Let's see how good Grimmett's guard is right here.
Grimmett showing some offense, but
Bo's doing exactly what he doesn't need to be doing, and that's keeping his head down and his hips up. He needs to be posturing up, trying to get his head control back and then laying over top. Or pass. One of the two.
So why do guys on that top position put their head down? Is that to control the body, or why is that?
I think sometimes when guys posture up, I think they get worried about getting hit from a guy on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, realistically, you may have seen one knockout in the entire sport of MMA over the last 20 years where somebody got knocked out from being on top. So,
and your head's less at risk for triangles, right?
Right. If you're postured up, you're less at risk for triangles, arm bars, omoplatas, kimuras, things like that. But when your head's down like that and your butt's up in the air, you're already giving them head control. You don't want that. If somebody moves their hips enough and can get that triangle or get those legs through to get the triangle set up, then you're pretty much done because you're giving it to him.
Yeah.
But, if he's postured up right here with his head up and raining down strikes, it's a different story. But right now he's allowing Grimmett to kind of control where his head goes, and he's not really able to use his punches the way he wants to.
Corner really getting on Brandon.
Well, I mean, they know he's got to pull this out, and he's probably not going to do it unless he gets a submission from his back. He's not going to do it off his back without a submission. So he needs to either stand up or he needs to finish it from here. and he's not trying to stand up, and I don't really see him finishing Bout in this position right now.
It's kind of, I guess it's back to the butterfly. He was just sort of pushing off the hip of Oliver before.
Butterfly guard is one of my favorite positions. I get a lot of sweeps off that and a lot of setups for other things. A lot of people are afraid to use it. You know, you don't really have a lot of control from there if you're not very familiar with it. So just getting that position doesn't really promise you a lot. But if you know how to use it right, it can definitely be advantageous for you.
Both fighters doing enough here to where Jimmy Neely, our referee, is not stopping this. He stopped with some action late in the second round. We're nearing the end of this bout. And Jimmy Neely, a close eye, and he's going to back out. But Brandon Grimmett has just been swarmed. And there's a couple of attempted elbows. I don't think he caught him clean on Brandon. Corner really getting on Brandon still.
I mean, they are, but they've got the right idea. They know that that he's an out-of-towner. He's coming into to the hometown kids spot, and the hometown kid's actually winning.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't say it's just because he's the hometown guy.
Right.
I mean, he's actually doing more to be winning this fight right now, and it could be an up in the air in the last 2 rounds. And if Bo's on top, and that's how the judges are going to finish seeing it, and it's hard to call against somebody that finishes on top like this when the rounds are questionable.
Nice elbow and then a left connected as Oliver. Now Brandon trying to get some offense going. There's another nice elbow. It's easier said than done. Get them off you. I guess it's easier to say when you're not in that position.
Exactly. I mean, if you've never done this sport, it's easy for people to say, man, I'll just kick him off of you. Well, it's not that simple. It really is not. Especially when you got an experienced grappler like Bout. And this is his game plan. This is what he wants to do. He wants to grind you out and throw strikes over top. And if you're not used to getting somebody out of your guard like that, then it's really hard to do. It's hard to get somebody away from you.
Let's see what the time is left.
Right here's what he needs to do. He needs to put the foot on the hips and kick him away. That's exactly what he needs to do. But he's kicking him away, and he's not really moving himself.
Right.
He's kicking Bout a little bit, but he's not moving his hips out to try to stand back up. He's just creating a little bit of space, and Bo's closing the distance.
We'll get a look at the clock here, and there's my indication. It's 10 seconds left in this bout.
This fight's going to go to a decision, man.
Oliver, one last elbow in there. And that's the end of this flyweight bout at 125, bout number 16 of the night.
Excellent fight.
Yeah, good action. Now you see Brandon Grimmett, who looks up at the camera, looking for the win, and one of his brother, I guess Brandon's brother was on camera, so like that. So that's why the love into the camera. But one of these two guys is going to get their first pro MMA win of their career. And you think it's going to be Bout Oliver?
I feel like Bout pulled it out in that last round. I think the first 2 rounds were up in the air, and I feel like Bout kind of dominated that last round and won it decisively in the 3rd round. So, I mean, you can't say either one of them won both rounds in the first 2, so one of them had to win that one, and I really think it was Bout pulling it out.
And we will go back to the judges' scorecard. Once again, where we have been a number of times here tonight. Apex Fight 6, our main event, still on the way. Tyler Melee Minton against Nick Blesser, plus our co-main event, Jesse Top Gun Grun against Judd Babyface Brown. Let's go to the cage for the announcement of our official decision. Here's Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges score this bout the same, 29-28, for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Bout Oliver!
Bout Oliver gets win number 1 of his pro MMA career. Congratulations to Bout Oliver. Another win for the D-Evil camp in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Diablo, you guys, your crew 2-0 tonight.
Man, I'm excited, dude. These guys are really putting their hearts out on the line tonight. They've trained hard, and they've put in the work to get here. So, yeah, I love my guys, man. I'm very proud of these guys. I'm very proud of all they accomplish and all the hard work they put in.
Let's go to the cage. Here's Hollywood Josh Cate with our winner, Bo Oliver.
We're here with your winner, Bo Oliver. Bo, second professional fight. You get your first win. Talk to me about that.
Oh man, it was a long time coming. I dedicate this fight to my father-in-law and my dad that I lost just a few months ago. I know they can see us wherever they're at.
So coming into this fight, you took him down, you were grinding on him, right? Was that something that you like to do, or did you do that because of the specific style that he uses?
Well, I planned on, kind of ground and pound, and then hoping maybe he would give me a submission or hurdle up himself. Man, Grimmett's tough, dude. He didn't give me nothing. So.
Congratulations on your first pro win. Do you have anything coming up?
Nothing yet, man. We're just gonna play it later.
Congratulations, man. Your winner, Bo Oliver.
The winner is Bo Oliver in this pro bout. Flyweight win for Bo Oliver out of D Evil in Elizabethton, Tennessee over Brandon Grimmett. All right, we're ready for our next pro bout in the lightweight division. Let's go to the cage and Cody Gwynn.